Hello, everyone. It's Jamie Raskin coming to all of the beautiful people of Maryland's beautiful 8th Congressional District. And I'm wishing everybody a happy April. And I'm here for my favorite time of the week, Local Hero, when we get to celebrate the people who are enriching our lives in Maryland's 8th Congressional District. And today's Local Hero is Shannon Babe Thomas, who's the executive director of Community Bridges, which is a critical and extraordinary force in our community. Community Bridges works with young women and turning them into excellent students and great community activists and leaders and strong and healthy young women. So Shannon, first of all, congratulations on being our local hero this week.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here.
You've had an amazing career in community and public life in Montgomery County. You've been on the nonprofit Montgomery board. You've been on the committee for Montgomery board. You've been on the Montgomery County Women's Board. You are past president of the Rotary Club of Downtown Silver Spring. I know I appeared with you guys several times back in the day. You are a graduate yourself of the Leadership Montgomery class in 2018, and you've just been, a very vibrant force in our community and leading in Community Bridges. And we wanted to recognize you for what you've done with Community Bridges, and it's an exciting week to do that because you have just received in the most recent budget package, an $80,000 community project funding grant from the federal government. So congratulations on that, and congratulations to you on this recognition and for being our local hero this week.
Thank you so much. That truly means a lot.
So tell us what's going on with Community Bridges, and how many people you have working with you now, how many young women's lives are being touched, and how you guys are doing coming out of finally the COVID period.
Yeah, Community Bridges is doing really tremendous work. We're serving over 375 girls in 17 schools in Montgomery County. But we don't just say the 375 girls, we serve their families too. So their siblings, their parents, their grandparents, their aunts, uncles, whoever's living in their home. So we really have over 2,300 folks that we're serving through Community Bridges. So with Community Bridges, our umbrella program, the way that girls come into our program is what we call the CD Girls program. It's our after school program, and we work directly in a school, like I said, 17 schools. In fact, some of our schools were there during the school day, focused on social emotional learning. But after they join the CD Girls program, we layer on top of that many different programs. We have our mentoring program where we pair women one-on-one with our girls to work on personal goals, scholastic goals, getting out in their communities. And that's been really important during the pandemic to have that one-on-one support, whether you're just getting on a Zoom and doing a cooking class together, but it's somebody that you're connecting with. We have our College Access and Success program, and that is our program that has grown the most during the pandemic. We've realized that a lot of our students are first generation, and they need that one-on-one support with college applications, scholastic scholarships, and understanding the FAFSA application, the MD caps, just understanding the entire process, even down to making that college selection. So it's college acceptance time, and we're taking a group of girls this weekend to Wheel. It's one of my staff and myself taking the girls to make sure, is that the right decision? Is that where they want to go? We also have, like I said, our family support. That has been the biggest thing during the pandemic and something that we've continued. When March of 2020 happened, we called each and every one of our families and we said, what is the biggest need that you have today and how can we meet that need? And most of our families said, we need food support. We don't have transportation and we can't get to the grab and goes, but we need the food. So we've mobilized over 100 volunteers who've been working with us over the last 2 years to make appointments for the families, go pick up the food and then bring it directly to the families' homes to make sure that they had food. We know that if our girls are fed and taken care of, then they can think about those long-term goals and think about going to college and thinking about engaging in their community. Another new program that we had that came out of the pandemic. So after the murder of George Floyd, our girls felt like they needed a place to have conversations. We've always been a safe space for dialogue, but they wanted to have deeper conversations, and they really felt empowered to make systematic change. So we started a racial equity inclusion committee. They held a town Hall in July of 2020, we had some really amazing conversations where we asked elected officials, school board members questions and said, this is what we're noticing in our community and how can we make change? The girls have been working over the last 2 years, and they just launched their first series of a podcast looking at inequity in education here in Montgomery County and how we can make systematic change. So we encourage our girls not only to be in the after-school program, but to utilize all these other tools that we have to make them really amazing leaders here in our community.
That's just terrific to hear about the breathtaking array of activities you've got going on. To what extent do you integrate current events into the discussions with the kids? I mean, for example, are you talking about the nomination of Judge Ketanji Jackson to the Supreme Court, which obviously is historic in a lot of ways?
Yes, always. It's super important to have those conversations, what's happening in the community, especially what's happening it's impacting their lives. We know that those conversations aren't necessarily happening at home or happening in the school. So we bring our girls together, like I said, in a safe space where they can have the dialogue of how it's impacting them as a young woman, how it's impacting their school system. And then most importantly, they can ask questions. And we want to see our girls see themselves in big roles and in making big change in the community. So they have to know what's come before them or what's impacting them in their day-to-day life to be able to do that.
That's terrific. Is there a role for community volunteers to participate in community bridges with the girls?
Absolutely. We can't do this work without amazing volunteers. The first way, and we say the most important way, is becoming a mentor. We ask for a year-long commitment, and we pair you up with one of our girls. All of our mentors go through excessive background checks and trainings to ensure that they are the right fit. And then we get to know them because we want to make a really perfect match with one of our girls to make sure personality, skill set, and desires match with both of them. The second way, as I mentioned, volunteers who've helped us to deliver, we call those our one-day volunteers. So whether it be helping to deliver food to a family or helping to deliver supplies, or even just helping and coming out in our office one day when families come shopping in our closet. It's a great way to get connected. And the third way is we do weekly tutoring with our girls. That is still virtual. It's an element that we haven't taken away since the pandemic began. And we are definitely looking for more tutors that have skill set in math, science, writing, reading. We'd love to work one-on-one with one of our girls.
Well, that is awesome. Shannon Babe Thomas, you're an inspiration. You're our local hero for everything you're doing with girls, young women in our community. We're so proud of you. You're on Georgia Avenue in downtown Silver Spring for those in Montgomery County or beyond who would like to help you participate. So thank you so much, Shannon, for everything that you do. And we look forward to hearing more great things from Community Bridges.
Thank you so much. It was great being here today.